Hello YouTube people, in today's video I'm going to compare two watches from Pagani design. One is stainless steel and another one is golden, and of course I'm going to try these watches on a bunch of custom straps. This video is sponsored by AliExpress. AliExpress gave me a budget which I was free to spend on whatever I want for my videos, and that's what they did. I bought a bunch of watches and a bunch of watch straps. Thank you AliExpress. Now in this video I'm not gonna go too much into details and specifications because the review video on this watch is already done, so I'll put link in the description to the review of this watch. So I just gonna do a little quality checkup and just, you know, something on the surface. So how this watch looks like on my 16.5 centimeter wrist or 6.5 inches. It looks perfect. This is perfect size for my wrist. I feel no discomfort and the size looks very good on me. And in order to resize this bracelet for my wrist, I had to remove this many links, quite a few links, and links are connected with screws, and I had no trouble removing those screws on neither of these watches. On the golden as well, surprisingly so, because sometimes those screws tend to get stuck on golden watches, but on this one I had no trouble. Those screws were easy to remove on both of them. So after resizing for my wrist, how many links there are still left? So on this side no links left to be removed. On this side one link can still be removed, and I'm currently set in the middle hole on the clasp. That's how it looks like. Now one interesting thing I would like to mention with this golden watch, I was rather surprised that it basically doesn't have sharp edges, and I was suspecting that is because it has this golden coating, so probably it goes around the corners, softening the feel of the edges perhaps. That's what I thought. But once I got this watch I understood that that's not the case, because this stainless steel version feels just as good as the golden one. So that's very nice. So in short, let me go all around. The clasp is actually very surprising because it has no sharp edges whatsoever. It's a nice simple clasp, looking good, nothing crazy, but it's nice. And you can even see on camera that edges on the shelf of the clasp is very nicely rounded off, and generally speaking it's not sharp. It feels nice. Finally Pagani learned how to make a nice clasp, you know. This is actually a very good clasp. Now the inside also, it's not sharp, it feels fine, so that's nice. Now once I lock it in place, that's how it looks like. I kind of wish it was a little bit slimmer, but it's alright. Let's not forget the price of this watch of around 60 euros. It's a crazy good watch for the price, in my opinion. Now the fitment inside locks, the bracelet fits actually very nicely. I don't see any excessive gaps on either of the sides. The first link is free to move, that's nice. And what I also like is that this bracelet has quite a lot of flexibility and the articulation is great, and it's the same on both of these watches. The bracelet is really nice. It's very loose, side to side flexibility also, and I like that because that makes it feel nice on my wrist. It makes it feel like it adapts to my wrist. It doesn't choke my wrist, you know. That's the thing. It's just, this watch is free to sit on my wrist however it likes because of this flexibility. Now let me give you a good look up close how everything is actually looking like. So sides are brushed, the middle portion is polished out. Nothing really to complain about. Those sides of the bracelet also polished out. Now speaking about sharpness on the bracelet, it's actually a little bit better than average what you would get from AliExpress, especially for the given price point. I can't complain at all, except, you know, these corners, yeah, they are pointy. I wish they were rounded off as well, but generally speaking this is surprisingly good bracelet and clasp given the price point, you know. Very good. Now when I did a quality control on this golden watch, the problem was that this date window is sitting a little bit low. You know, the bottom portion of the number basically is touching the bottom of the frame of the date window. It's not terrible, it's just, you know, it's a little bit off center towards the lower bottom of the date window. And on this stainless steel version it is actually even more apparent. It seems like the date window is sitting even lower than that. It's like the number actually starts to... Well, actually I don't know, maybe it's already flipping the date. Hold on a second, let me check it. Maybe we are on the midnight. No, we are not on the midnight. So anyway, let's check the alignment of hands real quick. The alignment, I don't know, seems fine, does it? It seems fine, at least to my eyes it seems fine. Now let's see how far from the midnight it is going to flip the date. So 11 p.m, 11:30, 11:45. Come on, Pagani. Oh, hold on a second. Has it flipped on a midnight? I somehow missed that. Sorry. Let's try again. By the way, also the number has just flipped. The date flipped, and I know if you look at it seems like the date doesn't really fit inside the frame very nicely. Or maybe this magnifying glass is sitting a little bit too high. You know, I don't know. Something seems like it's a little bit off. Not really complaining at a €60 watch, you know, but it's just, you know, I have to point it out to you. That's the point of a review, right? So 11:30, 11:45. Oh nice, it flips the date just 4 minutes away from the midnight, which is very respectable result, I must say. So besides this date window sitting a little bit off, I haven't really found any other problems. It seems like everything is actually nicely aligned. I don't see any dust particles and no imperfections. It's fine. Besides the date window, everything else seems nice. The crystal on these watches is sapphire, and let me quickly prove it to you. So the crystal itself, positive reading, and this little magnifying glass as well. Well, the battery is a little bit dying on my device, so let's increase the sensitivity. So on the crystal you have positive, on the magnifying glass positive, and on the back, no, on the back I get no reading. So on the back we have mineral. On this one as well we have sapphire, and magnifying glass is also sapphire. And on the back we have simple mineral. And this crystal on this watch has bluish anti-reflective coating, which is the most apparent underneath this magnifying glass. Sometimes it catches light on the right angle and you can see this blue hint. So it does have some anti-reflective properties. But what helps the most is actually this dial being so bright and so shiny. It just punches through, which, well, it should be more apparent on the watch with a black dial. The effect of anti-reflective coating, yeah, you can see it a little bit better working on this one, because it has a lot more trouble on a black dial, you know, as usual. So that's how it's looking like. So that's nice. That's nice that Pagani is actually improving and starting to use anti-reflective coatings. And right now I want to focus your attention on the dial itself, because the dial on this watch is actually very surprising. Initially when I bought this watch I was kind of afraid that it's gonna look a little bit like plastic, but no, in real it's extremely shiny. It's so shiny that my camera actually struggles to capture the exposure correctly on this dial. So maybe let's play a little bit around with this dial. Let me give you the best shot that I can, so you could get a little bit better sense of how this dial actually looks like. It's actually very beautiful. It fits on this watch very nicely together with this shiny fluted bezel and this shiny rather complex, I must say, bracelet. Overall the design on this watch looks very cohesive. It's very very nice, you know, nothing sticks out too much. The whole watch actually sticks out as a very shiny object on the wrist. It's like extremely shiny, I must say. You know, strange thing is that, for example, with this golden watch on the wrist, it's like, yeah, it's very noticeable, very blingy thing on the wrist. And you might think, yeah, that's because it's a golden watch, and you're kind of right, yeah. Golden watch on the watch on the wrist is very blingy, very noticeable for sure. But the thing with this stainless steel version, it is just as blingy as the golden one, you know. It is also just as strong, you know, this fluted bezel, this dial, this bracelet and everything. It's really very striking, you know. And let's play a little bit with the light. Maybe let's turn off these main lights. Oh, right now you can probably see a little bit better how this dial plays out. You know, interesting thing is that usually throughout the day in daylight, I don't really like that much this golden watch. I don't know, I love golden watches, but for me the specialty of golden watches is like they come to life mostly in the evening, you know, in a dim light situation. They just come to life, they just become shiny in a very pleasant, very beautiful way, and this watch does exactly that. It's a very beautiful watch in an evening kind of light. And this stainless steel version, it's like it doesn't even matter, you know, evening or in middle of the day, this watch is super active and very beautiful, like no matter the lighting. Yeah, so I actually like it quite a bit. It's a very nice thing on the wrist. Now, you know, about those indices, interesting thing about those indices is that they are cut like, I don't know how they're actually cut, but all I can tell you is that they actually break down the light like a prism, and sometimes they actually break down the light in a rainbow effect, you know. So it's apparent on both of them actually. It's not, the effect is not super strong. You have to catch a very right angle of light to even see those colors on those indices. It has to be something like, you know, like in the bathroom, in the toilet, you know, when you have very strong direct light right above your head, and then you look down on the watch, and then you notice those indices sometimes sparkling in all kinds of different colors. That's actually nice. And with a naked eye, you know, it's a lot more apparent than on camera. Camera really struggles to capture that, so I'll try to, you know, darken down the exposure as much as I can, because only then on camera you start seeing those sparkly bits in different colors. It looks lovely, you know. It's really nice. Like, for example, today I was eating my dinner, you know, sitting next to the table, and the window is behind me, and I look at the watch and I see the reflection of window in those indices shining in all kinds of different colors. It's not very apparent, it's not very strong, but they are very, you know, punchy. They are very strong sometimes. It sometimes reflects the light in strong blue, strong orange, and it's rather interesting, you know. Let me show you this watch off the bracelet a little bit, all around, how it's finished, how it's polished out. I have worn this watch full day, so sorry, it already got few scratches here and there. I'm just a little bit clumsy, but all I can tell you is that, well, polishing, at least according to my eyes, looks nice. Everything is nice, you know, can't really tell you anything bad about the finishing on the case of this watch. Sorry, I'm not sure, are those scratches or are those my fingerprints on the side of the watch? No, those were actually fingerprints. So you can see the reflection very nicely, so I assume the polishing is good. You know, don't forget the price of this watch, 60 euros. For 60 euros you get this rather good bracelet, I must say, and rather impressive looking watch. Bezel looks, wow, bezel is so active. I mean, just look at this thing. It almost creates an illusion as if it is rotating around, you know, reflecting in the light. That's nice. Now another party thing, you know, another thing which could capture your attention is that this watch has this customized rotor, and that's, well, on 60 euro watch, that's quite incredible, to be honest. Very, very nice. Very nice thing to have, I must say. These movements, by the way, they are not very well known for their reliability, so when operating the crown you should be careful. Let me just tell you that. but if you behave and, you know, you're cautious when operating the crown, you're careful, it should be fine. It should be fine. Just, you know, not forget that this is not some kind of quartz watch, so when operating the crown, be a little bit more gentle, you know. Oh, that's all I can tell you. So edges, yeah, a little bit sharp. These ones a little bit sharp on the bottom. They're actually fine on the bottom. All around, you know, it's a lovely thing, this watch. It's a lovely thing, I must say. If you wanna see the accuracy of this watch, check the video about this watch. Now in this video we're gonna check the accuracy of this one. I believe I have fully wounded it up. Now let's start the testing. Plus 6 seconds face up. Now let's flip it over. How about now? Minus 3 seconds. And now let's put it in the crown facing down position like that. Plus 8 seconds. Well, I must tell you that I'm actually quite surprised, especially for a 60 euro automatic watch. The results actually way better than I expected. I think one of the main selling points for this watch is that how good it looks like on its original bracelet. It's like I'm taking this watch off its original bracelet and it feels like, hey, come on man, what are you doing? You are taking this watch apart. It's like taking this bracelet off feels like I'm taking the whole watch apart, you know. It's like part of the watch, this bracelet. That's how nicely this bracelet fits this watch. And right now for the first time I'm trying this watch on a custom strap. And I must tell you that I'm really surprised how good it looks like. The whole watch just pops out more, becomes even more active, more like framed with this strap. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure, but I think I probably even like it better on a strap than on a bracelet, which is a strange thing to say for this particular design, but oh boy, I'm surprised. This thing is really nice, really nice. So I'll show you how this watch looks like on a bunch of custom straps, and of course together I'll show you how the golden watch looks like on the same straps. And if there are any straps in this video that you're interested in, you can find them on my website. Oh sorry, I'm choking my wrist a little bit too much, a little bit too tight. A little bit. I like this strap very much. It's very flexible. It's just 3 euros and it looks like it's some kind of old money kind of thing. And especially on a watch like this one, I think it's a proper fit. It's a proper fit. This looks proper, really good. Wow, I'm surprised, man. This thing on a strap looks just so good. Love it. And the golden one. Wow, I mean, just look at this thing. It somehow looks just right. I don't know. It's a little bit less of a, you know, eye-poking thing on the wrist. A little bit of a less attention-grabbing. Not that crazy anymore as on a golden bracelet, but wow, it still looks really good, rather impressive. Which one do you like better, you know, that's the question. I'm kinda leaning towards the stainless steel version. Golden is like a little bit more niche, a little bit more specific for some kind of evening, you know, event watch, not for like full day watch. But a stainless steel one could easily be a full day watch. I like them both very much, but I'm actually leaning towards the stainless steel. I especially love the dial on this watch, man. The dial on this watch is really nice. So anyway, the golden watch on this strap. Oh, I love these keepers. This brown color looks really good on this green strap. And I noticed that this strap is a favorite of many, and I actually personally like it as well, I must say. You call it a racing strap, I believe, right? Racing strap. What I like about it, I love the color, I like this white stitching, I love the holes, and I love that it tapers down quite significantly down to 15.5 millimeters. So it does look a little bit elegant yet sport at the same time. And on this watch, oh yeah. It looks cool. I must say it's a rather cool combination. Gives off a, I know, somewhat sporty vibe, I must say. Sporty, luxurious vibe for some reason. It's like, you know, some kind of fast sports car with beautiful leather seats, you know. That kind of combination. Okay, let's do this transition. So this one, well, obviously looks awesome. Very, very nice combination. How about the golden one? Yeah, I think it also looks great. Well, it needs a golden buckle, of course, obviously, right? But as a strap on this watch, I think it looks great. It looks great. I'm still leaning towards stainless steel version, I must say. If I would have to choose between these two so far, I would say I would go for the stainless steel version. Rather obvious choice, just a simple shiny black leather strap on this watch gives off a rather, you know, office vibe, you know, some kind of dressy vibe perhaps. Well, I'm not even sure, you know, what I'm talking about, but you get the idea. It looks a little bit more of a dressy. Would I wear this watch like that with a suit though? I don't know, man. It's rather flashy, and on something like on a suit on special occasions I want less flashy watch on my wrists. So I wouldn't call this watch a dress watch, you know. That's where I'm going with. It's a very luxurious looking sports watch, I would say. Very luxurious daily watch. I probably, even on this leather strap, I probably wouldn't call it a dress watch. And another little transition from this nice classic combination to this golden watch. Of course, don't mind the buckle, but as a black strap, shiny strap on this golden watch, well, that's a perfect fit, you know. Once you get bored of a bracelet, this is like second best option in my opinion. It looks great. It looks really good actually. You know, if golden bracelet is a little bit too flashy, this is very nice, a second option. If you can get this strap with a golden buckle, of course. Gray suede leather strap on this watch. It looks great. It looks great. It gives off somewhat lovely yet sophisticated vibe somehow. I don't know. It just looks clean. I love how clean it looks like on this. It's like this strap tones this watch down a little bit, and I know, it just looks lovely. Yeah, I actually like it quite a bit. Very, very nice. And these suede leather straps, oh, I like them. These are actually one of my most worn leather straps. They need to be worn in a little bit, but after you wear them in or massage them in, they become flexible, soft, and very comfortable, and definitely they look really good. Well, at least me, I actually really like how suede leather sorry, I can't speak today. I really like how suede leather straps looks like. That's what I wanted to say. And from a stainless steel version to the golden one, how is it looking like? Well, I was about to say that it's a little bit of a mismatch, a little bit off, but I kinda like it. I'm actually not sure. I'm confused. It kinda looks good, but doesn't. I don't know. It's a little bit of a mismatch, I don't know, but somewhat looks rather interesting, I must say. Does have a little bit of a luxurious vibe somehow. This is that silicone strap with curvy edges, and nice thing is that it fits this watch just flawlessly. Very, very nicely hugs the case of the wrist. No gaps whatsoever. It looks like from the factory, you know. So that's how the brown option looks like. I'm actually not sure about this shade of brown. Is, I know, not my thing. There are certain shades of brown on straps that I like, but this one, something is off. It's a little bit too dark maybe, or maybe it just doesn't fit this watch. What do you guys think? Okay, and from the stainless steel combination to the golden one, I must say I kinda like it on golden. On golden it looks okay. It looks okay. On the stainless steel one, I don't know, it's a little bit of mismatch perhaps. Well, not my taste, okay, but on a golden one I think it looks pretty decent. I still wish this strap was a little bit different in tone, maybe darker, maybe brighter, I'm not even sure. Something off with this particular color for me. Same strap, just gray, and in my opinion it looks way better than brown. Somehow, I don't know, hold on a second. Let me put it next to the, like, sorry, I can't find the end. So the brown on stainless steel looks like so, and now this gray, gray looks a lot better. It just gives off a somewhat a clean vibe. I like it, but to be honest, I like this watch a lot better. If you're talking about gray straps, I like it a lot better on suede leather than on a silicone. I know, something about such fancy luxurious looking watch on a silicone feels like it doesn't really match very well for some reason. in my opinion at least. Okay, then once again from stainless steel to the golden one. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. As the same thing also. Luxurious looking watch on a silicone strap, I know. It just looks a little bit like a person would wear a very fancy suit, right? And would put a running sneakers on. It's like that kind of combination. It's just, I know, something is off. Well, this one is probably one of my favorite combinations. This discoloration leather strap, which has this very cool aging effect. It looks very nice on this watch. It's like it ages the whole look, you know. It looks like some kind of old money kind of thing. Yeah, flashy watch on a very well beaten up strap. It's like, it looks cool. It's very, very cool combination. I like it. I probably, you know, honestly, I actually like it probably the best on this one. This is my favorite strap for this watch. And this one is my second favorite. So from the stainless steel moving to the golden one. I must say golden one also looks great on the strap. Probably even better a little bit than stainless steel. I'm covering the buckle obviously. But yeah, this is actually awesome. On a golden one, this is my favorite actually. Yeah, I like it. It looks great. It looks great. Just needs golden buckle and it would be a perfect combination. I actually like this one better than on a shiny black leather. Yeah, I actually like this one a little bit better. And back on the original bracelets we are. So let's give you one more look how it looks like on a bracelet after trying a bunch of different straps. And yeah, obviously this bracelet is like part of the, you know, it's one of the major selling points for this watch because how good it looks like on this original bracelet. And this bracelet is, I mean, for 60 euros it's incredible. But forget the price point. Even if we don't speak about the price point, it's just a good bracelet, you know, overall. I wish those edges on the bottom that are touching the wrist would be a little bit more rounded off, and I wish those corners would be rounded off as well. But I mean, it's already rather decent bracelet, especially given the flexibility, articulation. The clasp has no sharpness whatsoever. The fitment inside lugs is great. It's, yeah, and as I believe many people actually like that it has screws. Why, I don't know, but here you go. It's a little bit fancier, I guess. So for 60 euros, that's just simply incredible. And even if you don't speak about the price point, it's still already rather decent bracelet, I must say. But I'm surprised how much I like this watch on custom, all kinds of different straps. It really changes the character and somewhat kind of brings it more to life even. I would say this is truly awesome looking watch, I must say. And if you would have to choose between these two, well, this is like, it's the same watch, but this is apples to oranges, to be honest. This is completely different watch because of the golden coating, you know. It's completely different watch. They both are very flashy watches for sure, very luxurious vibe and all that, but the golden watch for me is like more of a special occasion watch, more for the evening, you know, in a dim light situation. It's in a dim light, it's not that strong, it's still very beautiful, shiny. It's awesome. It looks really awesome. I have a soft spot in my heart for golden watches, you know. Have told you many times, and I love how it looks like. It's awesome looking thing. But generally speaking, if I would choose one, I would definitely go for the stainless steel version. And I really like the dial on this thing. I'm very surprised, but the dial on this watch is truly incredible. Really well done. Well done, Pagani. It's, my wife doesn't like it. She says that it just looks like scratched up dirt or something like that. But I mean, I don't know, that's kind of a point, you know. It's a meteorite styled dial. It's supposed to look like that, but I'm surprised how shiny are those tiny scratches. It's really surprising, you know. Sometimes those scratches are brighter than the rest of the dial, and on a different angle it completely changes, and you know, inverses in brightness, and it's very active, very dynamic. It's very shiny, and it really fits together the style of shiny bezel and all that. This thing looks awesome. As a toy, to have this watch for like 60 euros, this is crazy. Sapphire crystal, sapphire, you know, magnifying glass, solid bracelet with screws, solid clasp without sharp edges, and display window with a custom rotor and all that. You know, it's like, man, 60 euro watch, how is it even possible? Anyway, so even though, you know, we have one flaw, the date window is sitting a little bit off somehow, but I mean, come on, for 60 euros, let's forget that, okay? Incredible watches, I must say. That's it. Thank you for watching, have a beautiful day, goodbye.